Right then, Carla, we're finally
Hi.
here.
Yay!
And I am so excited to get this incredible lady in front of you guys, my watchers and subscribers, because, yeah, just, I'm going to tell you a story. Carla and I have literally been brought into each other's existence, haven't we, the past
Yeah.
6 weeks or something?
I feel like it's been forever. In a good way. I think it hasn't been longer than that. Yeah, I think it was like August, wasn't it?
Yeah, and since then we've got a bit of a joke. We call each other our 4-day friend
Yeah, Friday best day.
because we literally voice note each other all the time. We have the most weird and wonderful conversations. It's like we know exactly what we're saying, what each of us are thinking. It's absolutely bonkers.
Well, I knew we were going to be besties, so I just jump ahead.
And we'll come on to how we met and the sort of conversations that we tend to have now. But let's just explain why, in my opinion, you are so needed and so valued right now in this world. Right. So anybody watching my channel is obviously digging into reality, what's going on, what's true, what's not going on, what's true, what's not true. And for me, when I found out that, most of the things that we think we know are actually based on lies, it was a bit unnerving. And, you're digging more, you're looking for more answers, you're looking on, channels and you think people, give you the answers. But for me, that part was all right because I already had this inner knowing that there was some sort of cabal or some sort of dark power or entity or group of people that were kind of controlling things. That was fine. But then the more I dug, I came across a lady, she had a channel called Tarot by Janine. It's obviously been taken off YouTube now and she's got her own website if you look up her name. But she would always read the cards on what's going on. And I just felt this massive inner connection to her because she just brought so much just genuine wanting to find answers, wanting to bring the truth, just reading what spirit wanted to say to the people at that time. And even though I felt this connection, my head was like, what on earth is she talking about? Off-world beings, other help, the idea that this spirit force, and when you dive into Q and what Q is and time travel and all of this stuff, this brain that I had programmed was like, I was brought up Christian. My dad was very Christian. We went through every denomination of Christian. I had this idea that God was, this big, powerful man sitting on a cloud with a beard, and that all of this other stuff was like anything spiritual, anything like tarot cards or dowsing or getting messages was all a bit like woo-woo, bad, of the dark, not something you should mess about with. But my inner knowing was like, oh my goodness, this is it. So marrying those two up was, I remember when I just laid on my bed once and I just cried because I couldn't get my head around it. How does all that fit in? And if that feels so right, how does that fit in with this idea of God that I had stuck in my head from being really, really young? And then I remember watching this video on Nicholas Svenyamin. He was interviewing a lady called Amy Satori, and she was very similar to me in that she came from a very Christian upbringing with that religious indoctrination. And then she opened up and started to, see what was going on in the world and get her own connection. And she channels spirit or source, and she would just verbally, verbalize that and read cards and all of the other stuff. I know I'm going on, I'm getting there. So I booked a session with Amy. She's in America. I don't know where I know she's moved now. And it was amazing because she was like explaining that source energy is all around you, it's in you, it's in every single person. And I was like, how do I get in touch with God then? How do I get these messages? Like, you are God. God is not a man, it's a group of deities, it's spirit, it's everything is energy, and you are a part of this oneness, this energy. I was like, well, where does Jesus fit into all this? And she's like, well, it's not Jesus, it's Yeshua. The name's being messed about with, again, with, all the messing about with all the religious books and things like that. It's Yeshua. She said, it's with you, it's always with you. It's been guiding you to learn all of this stuff. It's teaching you, it's making you into a leader. This is what you're going to be. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And she gave me these amazing messages of what I'm going to be doing, where my life's going. And that just, even though at the time it was like, this is bonkers, this is never going to happen, it's too good to be true, it's like a dream, it's like somebody else's life. I know 100% in my heart, this is how my life is, this is the journey I'm on, and this is where this is what I was born to do. And it just gave me this amazing inner peace. And then at that point, I'd let go of all the intel stuff and everything going on in the day-to-day world. It was like not relevant, because I know what my journey is. And she taught me, you know, how important it is to affirm anything you want. You know, it's not praying by the bed, asking from a place of need. It's like, thank you so much for that brand new Ferrari on my drive. Thank you. It feels amazing. Get your vibe high, affirm it, affirm it, affirm it. And it comes into your reality. Anyway, I'm getting there. So it was amazing, because it just opened my mind up so much. And then when Carla pinged into my life, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it is absolutely crazy how it's a bit of a long story, but a mutual coach that we've both used in the past. I was talking about really woo-woo stuff to her, like off the chart woo-woo stuff. I just think, I don't care, I'm just speaking my truth now. And she said to me, you need to meet Carla. Carla's in Leeds as well, and I needed my nails doing. I was going away, I needed my nails doing, and she just said, Carla used to do my nails. All right, okay. And I think I messaged you, and you said you were at the other end of Leeds, and I didn't have time to come over. In my head I thought, oh, I need my nails doing, that's top priority, but I don't have time to come over before we're going away. And then I said, however, if you're still doing nails, I'll come over, because I really needed my nails doing. That was like, and it's almost like Spirit said to me, it knew that I would make that journey to the other end of Leeds to get my nails done. But to meet a person that's been recommended to me, probably not. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And then I booked straight in. I was sat there.
I think our appointment went well over. We were too busy talking, weren't we?
And our conversation that we had was not normal whatsoever, was it?
No. Well, it's normal for me.
What was really strange was that I was listening in the car over to see Carla. I was listening to the lady that I mentioned before, Tarot by Janine. She was on a card reading with our kind of shows, or I think they call the Wonder Twins. I don't know what the channel is. And then Carla said she does tarot cards as well. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is just bonkers, because this person that's just been recommended, and I knew nothing about you then. And then you just opened up this amazing like world of knowledge, and over to you, Carla.
Well, it was an interesting appointment. Do you know what though? The universe has a plan, and you guides, if you are listening, you'll follow them. You'll follow the path that has the least resistance, and it'll guide you where you need to go. So yeah, we've met, and everything just falls into place, doesn't it? And it's so much easier than when you're not listening and not in tune.
Yeah. So
go on, sorry.
I know because I know you've got obviously your business, your coaching, and then you've got this amazing connection to source, which we've all got. We just need to practice opening it more. But because you've had this, or you've been aware of your connections from a really young age, you're like, you told me that you'd seen somebody have a baby before they knew they were having a baby. You'd travelled in your sleep. Visions, see the future. And I know this sounds crazy to like normal people. It would sound crazy to me a year ago as well. But because I've been diving into all this stuff, and all of this is normalized now, it's like, I want to go astral traveling as well. I want to do all this stuff too, because I know it happens, and I know people wake up from the sleep exhausted because they have been doing all this stuff in the sleep. It's just
definitely. It is. Do you know what? We say it's weird and it's unusual, but I just assumed that most people were like this. Maybe not hearing like spirit and stuff, but yeah, I grew up going to church as well. Religiously every Sunday. My dad even planned to become a vicar. But at the same time, my mum and him lived, we were all together. My mum would go to spiritual church as well, so we'd go into spiritual church and, you know, listen to other people have readings. She'd have readings in a house with people, you know, and have friends around and do things like that, and she's always done that. So for me, they both went hand in hand. So I don't discredit the Christian religion at all. I think it's absolutely fabulous that a place where people can get together and, you know, connect with ultimate source, which is what they're doing, and doing it in a community is even more powerful, you know, raising the energy. They're so similar. Like, having gone to both, I really need to take you to a spiritual church. Having gone to both, you know, you go, you sing to raise the vibration, and then someone's at the front, but they're doing readings instead and connecting to source directly rather than reading from, you know, Bible chapters and stuff like that. So it's very similar. But yeah, it wasn't until I announced that what I was doing, because I didn't for ages, and the mutual coach we were talking about, Amy, her and Chris have been like trying to push me for years, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it, yeah, eventually, maybe, yeah. I don't think people really want to know that or have any of this. But when I did finally, you know, go out and say it, I got a little bit of a backlash from friends that I had on Facebook, especially really religious Christian friends, told me that it was the equivalent to offering my children up as offerings and burning them, and I was just like, whoa, this is just, and at that point that made me see that actually you only believe that your one way is right, and that's not actually what I believe to be true. Like, everyone has their own version of God and source and connection, so we have to just be open to everyone and everyone's beliefs.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the one sort of thing that I disagree with when it comes to organised religions now, and this is just my viewpoint, is that a lot of it seems to come from a fear-based place.
Yeah.
You have to do this. You are not going to have eternal life if you don't do this, and you've got to go to your priest or your church to have that.
That's what we talked about.
Yeah,
that they're the only ones that have the direct line, if you like, to God, which
I
don't believe to be true.
No, it's like you say, the source energy, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, is in each and every one of us, and we all have that ability to have that connection, to get those messages, to get those downloads, to get access to our unique gifts, and we don't need to go to a building and have a person to help us. I mean, obviously, you know, we're teaching and we're helping each other to do these things ourselves. We've all got the ability to within us, but when they're pushing fear, I think that's the energy that I feel is not fear. It is just pure love. Yeah, there's no fear whatsoever. If anything ever makes you feel fearful, or you have to do something that you don't feel like is right for you, then it's not right for you. It's not from source energy. It's somewhere else. But yeah, totally. I just wanted to say about other religions, it just popped into my head, but then it's gone. But I was, I think all religions seem to have the same, I don't know, more or less the same structure, that you've got maybe a guidebook or something. This is what you need to do. But really, you just sit and breathe in silence on your own with your own mind, and source energy just comes straight through your own mind.
I guess ultimately it probably started with a guidebook because people want to know how and want to be guided. This then, you know, got into the wrong hands and turned into a money thing. But, you know, we all, you know, you keep saying create a guide for people to help them, and ultimately that's how it starts. But then you need to be able to go off on your own. I think I always say prayer is asking, but meditation is listening. So pray and ask for what it is that you want and your guidance and things like that. And that can be to God, to source, your spirit guides. But meditation is where you're going to get the answers. So when people are praying and they're like, I can't hear out work, you know, never get the answers, that's in meditation, when you need to quiet yourself to get these answers.
See, that I find that really interesting as well, because prayer for me was always come from a place of need. You're desperate, you're feeling quite low vibration when you're in that place of prayer, which again, I don't resonate with anymore, because I feel like for me, when I want something, I come from that high vibration, feeling like I've already got it, like feeling the gratitude, feeling the appreciation. So now it's more affirming, like, thank you so much, this has already happened. And then, as you say, you go into meditation, you stop the thoughts that make you feel low vibration, and then your true self, your true innerness, whatever it is, kind of raises naturally. You feel when you block thought and you notice how you're feeling here, it's like, whoa, this feels amazing now. And like you say, that just opens that channel up to that higher vibration, so that the information can come through in the guidance. The amount of times I've come up open from a meditation, and then like instantly I have to message somebody, or I have to do something, or and that's my answers. That's going to lead me exactly to where I need to be. It's crazy. So obviously, Carla, when we had this conversation and I dug into you, and I was like, oh my goodness, you are so gifted. You are so, again, everybody is gifted, everybody is talented, but Carla has really, really worked on this connection she's got over the years. Like, you need to get this out there. You absolutely need to get this out there, because so many people now are asking questions and falling into that place of fear, looking for answers. And the only answers that you need, all of the answers that you need, are already inside you. And Carla has helped me so much to open up that. So tell us about what you do.
So I am an intuitive card reader. So I do tarot. I'm also a coach, but I use energy alignment and breathwork facilitating to help coach you to achieve what you want to achieve, really, do what you want to do. Because like you say, and I put this all over my website, the answers are already inside us. You just have to listen, switch off. There's so much around us now to keep us busy from doing this. And it's by design, because, ultimately they want us to be in a fear-based mindset and consumer mindset. So, it's not to say that I don't have the latest gadgets and all that sort of stuff, but you do have to take time and make it a priority to switch off and listen to your own intuition and your own messages that you're receiving.
100%. So just going back to your card reads, what kind of things would you do a tarot card read on?
So you could have them on your career. So that's what most people ask for. I've had a few on relationships, just things that you're stuck with. Just, you can have them on past, present, and future. So, and I use these a lot in the energy work that I do. So we'll start by that, because it helps me to open up to your energy and get into how you're feeling and just know what path that you're on. So I love doing tarot.
So I asked you for a card reading a while ago, 10 card
that
reading.
was before we really started talking.
Yeah.
Went after the nail appointment, and then
So you did me a card read, and I literally cannot believe the information you brought out there. It was really weird, because some of the amazing things Amy Satori had said to me, and I'd had like other messages over the past year or two to back that up, but it was like literally laid out. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I sent Natalie to you, didn't I? I was like, Natalie, I've met this amazing woman. She's coming into my existence. And it's just, and she came, and I know you did the same for her, a 10 card read, and literally that was exactly what she needed to move her to the next stage.
She did, didn't she?
And I'd met her about 2 weeks later, and every single thing she'd done, and it had just worked out amazingly for her. And I remember I had that conversation with her, because Natalie and I have our walks every couple of weeks. I'm like, mine haven't come true yet. And then I had that morning where I thought, right, I'm going to sit and meditate, because I know what I needed to do. You kept saying to me, Laura, you need to do this, just listen to yourself. And I knew I needed to start this YouTube channel. I knew I needed to be brave, get it out there. And and I did. And then again, it just got reaffirmed when people were messaging me back saying, I think straight away I put my first video out and somebody was like, oh my goodness, this is exactly what I needed to hear. I can't believe you're on this same path. Thank you so much for putting it out there. And it just reaffirmed that information. And I know Natalie as well, she's just, as soon as she made this decision she needed to make, like 3 clients all of a sudden, literally out of nowhere. It's not out of nowhere, it's universe saying, well done.
Once you move out of your own way, you'll open that path up and it'll all come flooding in. You just have to make that decision sometimes, but it's always got to be your decision. When it's done out of force, it's not in alignment.
100%. And then we had the energy session as well, the energy alignment.
We've had
2 though, haven't we?
Pardon?
We've had 2 energy alignment sessions.
It's
amazing, because if anyone's like me, anyone watching this is like me, I'm like, is there anything wrong? Is there anything I need to do? What do I need to do? Where do I need to be be the best version of me? And I think I've probably done your head in, haven't I, over the past few weeks?
I love it.
At that time where I just started crying uncontrollably. I'd never felt that before, but I just felt this massive release. I don't know what I was releasing, but there was something that wasn't serving me and I released it. And then I just thought, this is it, I'm going to do it. And I did it. And
you don't need to name it. So energy alignment is getting all your energy back into alignment as it should be. So especially the chakras. So people, over time we take on other people's energy, as you're around them, if you're in a really negative relationship or workspace, or just, it affects your mindset, and that can manifest and create blocks and actual physical pain, like aches and pains and headaches. If you're stressed, we get a headache, don't we? So that is the energy inside. It's not anything else. It's energy that you're taking in from that stress, and that's how it manifests as a headache. So energy alignment can help just clear all that stagnant energy. It might have been through trauma, it can be through what else can it be through? So much different things, things that have happened in your life growing up that you've held on to, and limiting beliefs and things like that. So when you have energy alignment, it can help release and unblock that. And as we do that can then come out as tears. In breath work we do like screaming into pillows or dancing it out, like a Ho'oponopono. So there's so much, and it is so good, because if you think of all that coming out of you, it's just absolutely no good just being stuck in your body. So just because you can't see energy, we are aware of it. And I always try and explain to people that I try to understand energy is like when you walk into a room and you can say, oh, you could cut the tension with a knife. Well, you couldn't cut anything with a knife, but you are physically feeling the energy of other people without even knowing what's going on. And the more in tune you become, the more you feel that all the time. And you can feel it all around you, and you can feel energy from other people and things. It's all around you. It's just tuning into it. But then as you tune in as well, you also need to make sure you're getting energy clearing so that you're not carrying other stagnant energy. So I have them as well. I go to other people for energy clearings, and I do them myself, but I do like to go to other people and I do breath work to make sure it's nice and clear and you're feeling your best self.
So, excuse me, where I was at, having no idea about anything and connecting, what advice do you have for people who maybe just want to start? They might not have ever thought about meditating or doing anything before. What can you say to that person?
So meditating doesn't have to be sitting and going, and is an actual, there's a reason for that. It clears one of your chakras, so they have different sounds for each chakra, so that's why we say it doesn't have to be that. It could be, your meditation could be listening to music and dancing it out, clearing as well. You'll be clearing that stagnant energy. It can be going for a walk. You might have your best ideas when you go for a walk. I have my best ideas as I'm blow drying my hair, because I'm just doing something monotonous, and you just don't really think about it, don't take brain power, or in the shower, or some people while they're driving. So yeah, I would say just listen to yourself and your body and notice when you're having ideas or you feel more at peace. I find that most people, it's out in nature. So it might be near water, might be going for a walk. And then just listening to yourself and just quieting the mind. You know, if you want to start meditating, I believe everyone should meditate because it's amazing. Just start with 3 minutes. Don't be trying to go in with an hour-long meditation. You know, you can just quieten your mind for 3 minutes. There's loads of different apps that you can use, or you can just go on YouTube. We're going to be uploading some free downloads that people can listen to as well, so be able to get them on my website. Little plug.
Definitely. What I found really interesting there, Carla, though, when I said to you, because I've heard about people on my journey the past couple of years, I've heard about people channeling information. I'm like, wow, that must be amazing. They must have this voice that speaks down to them in this really...
I can remember this conversation so clearly. Me,
Carla,
you.
I think one morning we booked the breathworks, one of the energy sessions, and you said, I've been channeling on you all morning. I'm like, tell me what do I need to do? And I said, what is channeling? What is that? You said, it's just a voice that comes to your head. And then when I said, well, sometimes when I'm ironing or I'm washing up and I've got this voice, and it's almost like telling me content to put out. And you said, well, that's channeling. And I was like, what?
I'm in a meditative state, ironing, you know, you're not really thinking about it. Your mind goes and wanders.
Yeah.
And when you're not wandering into, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, you know, and it's totally clear. That's what clear mind is. So if you iron and you can just drift off, then yeah, that it is. And it's just usually your voice. I obviously have spirit, not obviously, but I hear spirit. So sometimes I do hear different voices. That's really rare. But most often it's your voice. And like I said to you, it's not some God almighty voice that comes down and goes, Laura, you must do this. I always remember saying that too. It's me laugh. But that's what we expect, because that's what we're led to believe, especially like on movies and books or even in church, that God spoke down and it came like this. You know, it is your higher self. So most often than not, it's your voice.
Yeah. For me, that was like, wow, I've got this connection and it talks to me as well. Oh my goodness, brilliant. So you, like, we just think about, that was what I wanted to say as well. So for me, understanding where I was at, and then, you know, I've been keeping myself in a really high vibration, and I've been looking after myself, listening to my inner, you know, goings on, and just doing what I feel like doing, which I think is our guidance system is inside us, and we need to just follow, you know, what we feel like doing, and that'll lead us to, you know, the answers that we're looking for or where we need to be. But just getting back to this synchronicity of me and you, and our conversations that we've had. I mean, we've most days. And do you remember the one when I started just randomly talking to you about, was it Atlantis or Tartaria?
Oh yeah, Atlantis.
Yeah. I don't know why I brought that up in a conversation. Something crazy I was probably saying.
Yeah. And then I did an energy healing session, and this random woman I'd never met before, it was a brand new energy healing session, she was in America, and she just brought it up at the end of the energy session, and I was just like, so weird. And then I'd gone into the salon the next day, and then someone had mentioned that, and I was just like, what on earth? I've never heard anyone mention Atlantis. And now I'm like, but that's what happens when you get onto the right or onto a certain path. It's like more of that comes to you and you notice it more.
Yeah.
So,
synchronicities with numbers as well. Like numbers, always seeing repeated numbers, angel numbers. What's your understanding on your numbers?
So they all mean different things. So 111 is typically that you're on the right path. Twos are, oh god, I was just looking this morning as well. there are all different things, so they can mean like your guides are with you, or you can find them as well if you Google them. But yeah, the more you see them and the more you notice them, the messages from spirit and angel. So
yeah. Amazing. And pretty much every conversation we've had, it's like literally we're thinking, or I think I mentioned The Simpsons to you. My kids keep looking at the sky saying, Mum, the sky's not even real, it looks like on The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, you messaged me that, and as that morning before I'd listened to that message, I was in the car and I'd said to my husband, that sky looks really weird, doesn't it? It looks like The Simpsons sky. And then you'd messaged it. I was just like, so weird. It's so weird. Oh, it's not weird. It's just what we're used to saying, isn't it? It's weird, but actually it's super normal that we're now in all these synchronicities and opening up and realizing them, really.
Yeah.
If you open your eyes, you see everything's just magical and so much different.
Yeah, it so is. But usually we're too busy and to even take the time to stop and notice.
Yeah, definitely.
And living in the moment as well. I need to do a video on living in the moment and being present, because that's a massive game changer for anybody as well.
Yeah.
Just taking the time to do that. So I think, have we covered everything we wanted to talk about?
I think so. What's on your list?
I'm just reading the last I was showing Carla this, so I was like, I've just blasted a load of information on there. But yeah, I think I just want to end by saying it's crazy, but it's not crazy, but everything's energy. And we are all eternal beings. I mean, have we had this conversation? I'm sure we have, that we are eternal beings.
Yeah.
And we're just living out this lifetime.
I believe that we choose our path, our soul contract, and we come to learn lessons. We come to learn lessons, and we just keep repeating.
Yeah. So from my understanding, again, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but before we come to this earth, we have we set our soul contract. So why we want to come, the family we want to born into, what struggles we want to deal with, kind of lifetime we have. And I think we all have so many different lifetimes. Like, we're all super rich, we're all super poor, we're all really good, we're all really bad. We are all this oneness, creating this this place of duality, so we can understand good from bad, so we can make those choices. But we've all lived all of these lifetimes. And then from what I understand as well about what's happening now, because the earth's kind of ascending, we're all moving to this higher vibration, which is a higher version of consciousness. So we are all more in tune with what's available to us, this energy that's available to us all. And we'll all still start to get our powers, our gifts, and get our memories back as well, for what our purpose is and why we wanted to come to the earth at this time as well. So Carla, obviously you've got a lot of your gifts. Well, you've probably got loads more coming, but I love how you're so in tune to them already. But it's like one of my other friends, I think I mentioned Christy, she messaged me this morning, and she'd seen light language at 4 a.m. Like, she recognised that she had light codes done, and she'd seen these like dancing pieces of light in a bathroom, turn the light on, gone, turn the light off again, back there. And she's just getting all these amazing downloads for her next stages and stuff. It's just crazy.
I love it.
I love it. But yeah, we are all on this path together. We are all super special. We are all loved more than we can ever imagine. And we all need to realize we're not just this little, accident that happened. We are all really special. We need to learn to love ourselves again. And yeah, just give yourself that time, give yourself that break, tune out from all the noise that's telling you that you're insignificant and you're failing at this and failing at that, because there's just no such thing as any of that, is there?
Turn the TV off.
Yes. Yeah. Turn the TV off.
Turn the TV off and the radio. Honestly, if you can just try it for a week, and just make a note of how you feel before, and then make a note of how you feel after a week.
Yeah, 100%.
You probably just start to find yourself.
Yeah,
Because you're not being constantly told how to feel and what to think.
you have to feel really scared now because all of this stuff's going to happen, and you have to worry about this and then worry about that.
Did you totally off tangent here just before we finish, did you see that NASA announced yesterday that they had noticed a change in the universe, a massive, dramatic, rapid change, and they couldn't explain why?
Oh no.
It's grown exponentially, but they can't explain why the universe has grown so much in such a short space.
So this is interesting as well, because we've had the discussion of like flat Earth, round Earth, somewhere in the middle Earth. We haven't got a clue, have we?
No, we don't have a clue, but I think it's, just because my belief, and always has been, is just because we were taught that and it was said to us, let's question it. And if that is the correct thing, then awesome. And if it's not, let's just delve in and find what is the truth.
So I heard an interesting theory the other day from, is it Phil Godlewski? It was talking about an electromagnetic coil, and the Earth's like a plane on top of this electromagnetic coil, and then you've got the firmament over the top. But obviously the ice wall as well that we spoke about. So the Earth as we know it is like an enclosed part in this. But then instead of having space and aliens, all of the people and beings and energies that are away from that, around that, our ice wall bit of Earth in the middle, that might explain what the off-worlders are, what the ETs are, because some people channel energy from the moon or from Mars or from different places. I mean, in the past, this is going to sound crazy. Apparently, I'm an Arcturian from Arcturus, and I've had 25 lifetimes here. I don't know where Arcturian is, but there's different people talk about space and extraterrestrials, but that would sort of explain that it's all on the same piece of land, but separated so that we're not aware. Who knows? And I find this so exciting to think that one day we will find out where we are.
I think some people will find it scary though, because we naturally want safety and security, and when that is questionable or tampered with, it can upset people. So just take in what you need to take in.
Yeah, 100%. Just if something makes you feel scared or worried or anything like that, switch it off.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else. Find some information that makes you feel like that resonates with you and makes you feel good.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I ain't got a clue. No one's got a clue.
No.
And I think that's true, isn't it? I think no one has got a clue.
How can you know for certain? You just can't, can you? So
yeah. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, my love. I'm going to put a link to your website in the description on this video. And so you've got tarot readings. What else have you got going on at the moment?
Energy alignment and breath work.
Yeah. And you're going to be populating the website with some free meditations.
Yeah. For downloads. Yeah.
But anyone can just pop onto YouTube if you want a nice. There's somebody told me about something called Insight Timer as well. It's an app.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you can get like full of meditation. So even if you want to just sit down for 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
I don't know why it's doing that. It won't even go off.
That's all right. Right, I'm going to end this before it keeps talking to you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.